Trust me, I'm not getting ahead of myself, and nor am I bragging. The Detroit Lions have a chance to go into Jerry World and beat the Dallas Cowboys next week. The Dallas Cowboys currently sit at 2-2, and guess what? They've got a game tomorrow while we get some much-needed R&R. We'll get our all-pro center, Frank Ragnow, back in that game. We assume he should be ready to go. But this is not a thing of me getting ahead of myself as much as, you know what? Nothing that happens tomorrow is going to change the outcome of why I'm making this video. And that is that the Detroit Lions will be going into Jerry World to face an already kind of offensively struggling Dallas Cowboy team. Not only are they missing two of their best defenders, I think Deron Bland might not be back as well. So that'll be three. You know how he likes to pick off Jared Goff. And now they are going to be without one of the few weapons that they have on offense for the Dallas Cowboys, if you can consider him a weapon. Says Dallas Cowboys, coming from Adam Schefter, have placed wide receiver Brandon Cooks on injured reserve because of a knee issue, which will keep him out of the next 4 games. Not 4 weeks, 4 games. When you are put on injured reserve, you have to be out for a minimum of 4 games. Now, why does this matter to the Detroit Lions? Because we have a better team than the Dallas Cowboys. This is like one of the first times that I would feel confident, even if they had Micah Parsons, even if they had DeMarcus Lawrence, even if they had Bland, and even if they had Brandon Cooks. But they can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. And all I've been hearing from Dallas Cowboy fans and content creators is how Jerry Jones, they're begging him to get CeeDee Lamb some help. That if CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott are not on the same page or they can't get going, then the offense stalls. We know that they have no run game. We're stopping that. Even if they had one, we're pretty good at stopping the run. So now, if you got Jake Ferguson, right? But if you don't stop CeeDee Lamb, they don't even consider Jake Ferguson an offensive weapon at this point. And now they've lost a speedy guy and one less problem, one less thing that we have to worry about. Now, Cowboys fans are wanting Jerry Jones to pull the trigger for Davante Adams. Even if he did, then Davante won't even be, even if he somehow went to Dallas and he was somehow ready to play us, they're not going to have a bunch of packages for him. But that's probably not going to happen if you ask Dallas Cowboy fans. So you're talking about a time. Now, do I want to beat up on a team that's already beat up? Not really, but the Dallas Cowboys, I'll make an exception for that. This team has been a thorn in our side for years, from taking away our first playoff win back in 2014 in over 20-something years at that point. I think it had been 22 years at that point that we hadn't won a playoff game. Now, literally took it away from us, right? So I have no love for this team. Talking about kicking somebody when they down, this is the team that you do that to. Cannot stand the Dallas Cowboys. And after what happened to us last year, in Jerry World, with the number 1 seed on the line, I don't feel sorry at all for this team. We need to go in there and absolutely destroy them. There is no reason, and we have all week to talk about this, but these 3 things are not going to change. Brandon Cooks, Micah Parsons, they're not going to risk playing him after they play us, the Dallas Cowboys, on the bye week. If Micah, who has not been put on IR, if he can even remotely go, are you going to put him in and risk injuring him further? He has a high ankle sprain. You're going to risk him further when you have the bye week next week, and he could possibly come out of that and be more of an asset. So there's no reason the Detroit Lions should lose this game. It's really not. The only way we would lose is if the refs get involved. I'm talking about turn the absolute table. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Now, I thought of something originally, but then as I started researching it, I realized that they could not do this. And that is, with the loss of Brandon Cooks, the first thing I thought about was, they're down a receiver. We have a receiver that they could probably elevate immediately to the 53-man roster and get some intel about our team. And that would be Donovan Peoples-Jones. But I found out that if a team, if you cannot play, okay, so Donovan Peoples-Jones can't sign with the Dallas Cowboys because you need 6 days. If you're going to sign, if they came to pick him up, you need 6 days in order to make that happen, okay? So if the Dallas Cowboys wanted Donovan Peoples-Jones, they would have to sign him on the active roster. They would have to come poach him by Monday. But here's the caveat. The Lions are on their bye week. So Dallas would have had to do it 10 days. So it's 6 days. You have to do it no later than 6 days if it's the upcoming opponent, okay? And since the Lions are on their bye week, Dallas would have had to do it 10 days. So today is Saturday. That's 8 days. They would have had to do it by Thursday if they were going to make a move for Donovan Peoples-Jones. But, of course, they didn't know that Brandon Cooks, they probably had an idea, but they didn't know he was going to have to be put on IR. But if they really wanted to, they could have snag Donovan Peoples-Jones and maybe just say, you know what, Cooks, we're going to let you rest. But they missed their opportunity. They cannot do it now because we are on our bye week. If we weren't on our bye week, they would have till Monday to come get a guy like Donovan Peoples-Jones. So something that I learned today, you cannot go to the upcoming opponent within 6 days. It has to be more than 6 days. So we've got all week to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and believe you me, we will. We'll be talking about what happened last year, no doubt, but they've got to get through tomorrow. We're getting healthy. They have the potential to get even more banged up. And one thing that I've seen from teams that play the Detroit Lions, they are absolutely worn out by the time they play us. I think there's some statistic where after you play the Detroit Lions, you get blasted the next week. So we played the Rams in week 1. They got destroyed in week 2. We played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers week 2. They won. They got destroyed in week 3. Then we played the hold on, don't tell me. Who did we play? The Arizona Cardinals in week 3. They got destroyed in week 4. So I completely expect the Seattle Seahawks to get destroyed or at least lose in week 5. And then the Dallas Cowboys got us in week 6. Now, good for them. They're off in week 7. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I know I'm not saying I'm getting ahead of myself because we don't have an opponent this week. And I'm sure all of us want to stomp the absolute life out of the Dallas Cowboys. That nobody who wears the Honolulu blue has no love for this team. Do not care who's hurt, who's not hurt. Either way it go, we taking it to them. In Jerry World. Sick of this junk, man. Sick of getting taken advantage of by the refs in Jerry World, man. So it's kind of cool to see Dallas Cowboys fans up in arms, man, about how cheap their general manager is, owner, and it's actually very therapeutic to watch them fall apart. So Cowboys could very well be playing the Detroit Lions at 2-3, with the Detroit Lions making them 2-4. So of course we got to handle business. And I'm the one to say that we are going to do that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This channel is brought to you by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. See what I did there? On YouTube, rock on. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And I'll see you in the next video. And as always, go Lions.